Thanks for showing up. Um, yeah, I was talking about my blood pressure and how it was bad. It was like, and I hate to say it, it was like 166 over like 96. And so, yeah, I know that's bad. Um, I've cut my sodium intake like down to just about nil. Anything that has a little bit of sodium in it, I do eat, but no putting salt on anything, nothing like that. Um, I'm hoping, and I actually, the nurse gave me a great idea. She said that on the day of, just tell them that I'm a little anxious, and that, hey, Sarah, tell them I'm a little anxious and that they'll give me something to calm me down. And then I can go and have them retake my blood pressure and it should be okay. Because the second time we took it yesterday, it dropped like 15 to 20 points, which is good. So I just need to stay in my calm zone. Part of it is I had been walking, and so my heart rate was up. I was a little excited. I was excited that I had lost 15 pounds. So that's great. Um, I really do need to start exercising again. I was exercising for a while and then I stopped. I really do need to pick that back up. Um, I am excited for my surgery. I am hopeful and still like 99% sure that it's going to happen. I am not in any way thinking it's not going to. So that's still good. I'm still positive. Um, as you can see, I have no jewelry on. I had to take out my septum piercing. That's the first time it's been out in 10 years, except for to change it. I have no necklace on, no bracelets, no rings. And I usually wear all of that stuff. I've taken it all off and I won't put it back on until after I heal. We are right now washing everything, the noodles, which are the things that I can rest my arms on, that kind of wrap in an L form. We're also washing the cover of the wedge that I can like prop up on. And tomorrow we'll wash all pillow casings, all bedding, everything like that. Tonight we have the big task of washing my hair. And okay, you see all my hair now. When I wash my hair, when it gets wet, it's about 20 pounds, And so it takes a lot of shampoo. I use Dr. Bronner's, and I'm sure y'all know what Dr. Bronner's is. So I use Dr. Bronner's, either lavender or peppermint. Um, and that seems to clear my hair pretty good. The problem is I have to use a lot. It takes a lot of washing and it takes hey cowboy, how you doing? Yeah, neurodivergent. Yeah, it's a lot of product, a lot of shampoo or hair washing. So hey trans wellness corner, how you doing? Um, so yeah, washing my hair is going to be a bitch, and also retwisting it. Like you can kind of tell it's getting kind of fuzzy up here. They did say I could retwist it up through today, wash and retwist, but today is the last day. So we will start at uh, after Egg gets off work, and she usually gets off work at 5. It usually takes about 45 minutes to an hour to wash and fully clear my hair of the shampoo. Um, and then it'll take about an hour to retwist. So we're looking at about 2 hours of work, 1 hour on my part, 1 hour on Egg's part. Um, Not from personal experience. I've had black roommates, never whined about washing my hair again. Word, word, word. Yeah, yeah. Black hair is a thing, and we're proud of our hair. We even have shows about our hair. It's intrinsic in black people to do wonderful things with their hair. I love natural black hair. I love afros. I'm not too big on the pressed hair unless it's still, straightened out with a hot comb, but I don't want to put too much heat on my hair either. So I don't, I just let it dry naturally. The thing about that is it takes about, I don't know, about 18 hours to dry, maybe a little bit longer. So, they said I could wash my hair tonight. I can't wash my hair anytime after that until after surgery. And when I wash my hair after surgery, I can only wash downwards. And the reason I can only wash downwards is because if I wash this way, it will open the incisions. Hey, Kat, thanks for joining in. Great to see you again. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. So anyway, I don't want to open the incisions, and that's the big thing. Um, Kat, I was trying to use my podcasting machine that has like little buttons that say like gunshots and all of that good stuff. But it just was not working. For some reason my headphones were not connecting. So I can't use that. Um, but yeah, I'm in my house, I'm ready. I'm ready. And I told the nurses that I am going to flip tables if my surgery is canceled. Um, I was told I was indirectly told and okay, let me back up. I said, you know what? I'm First of all, I'm taking losartan for my blood pressure, and then I found out that amlodipine may be the best blood pressure medication for Black people. And so I am going to have to talk to my doctor as soon as I get off of this and just have her prescribe amlodipine going forward. I'm not sure why she, as a brown person, prescribe and a wonderful doctor. I've seen her. She's been my internist for, I don't know, like 10 years now. So I'm not sure why she prescribed me losartan. I guess it's because she had prescribed me that before, and then I lost a lot of weight and didn't need to take any more blood pressure medication. My blood pressure was good. Um, yeah, my surgery won't be canceled. Let's ignore that as even being a possibility because we are going to have surgery and you're going to do great. Thank you so much. I really do believe that, I really do. So, in as saying that, I also am doing some work today. I don't know if y'all know about Ifa. It is a practice, a spirituality that comes from southern Nigeria, Benin, and Togo. It is in Yoruba land or Yoruba land, and I will be doing some work today that is kind of spiritual in its nature, that is for protection, calmness, good healing after the surgery, and surgery for the surgeon's hands to do the best job possible. So I've got all the scenes set behind me. I don't know if y'all can see. Let me just flip this around a bit. Do I like herbal tea? I do. I like peppermint tea. Give me just a moment. I'm going to flip that around. I don't know if y'all can see that, but this is where everything is set up. Lovely flowers. I'm coming back over to me now. That is where the majority of the work. Yeah, it is calming. Yeah, peppermint tea, calming, calming. Um, I've got my altar set up over there, flowers. Oh yeah. Yeah, you come over after I'm healed because healing's going to be a bitch. I am expecting it. I called my surgical team and spoke with the head surgeon, not the head surgeon, I'm sorry, the head of my surgical team, and asked her for an increase of my pain medication. She still has not called me back. I know she's in surgery today. So I'm just going to call back and, after I get off this call and let them know, uh, take a nap with me is so calming. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're chill here. We keep it chill. Me and Egg sometimes bicker at each other, but that's, what happens when you've been together for 23 years. Um, it's it's a it's a loving environment, let me put it to you like that. We do have a lot of fun though, so but, we're in the process of cleaning everything, all the linens, all the pillows, all the wedges, everything. Yeah, I'm gonna try to, Kat. I'm trying to get, better medication. Would be good. Norco. Um, I don't want any Oxys, I don't want any Roxys, I don't want any of those, to be completely honest. What I would like, if they would be so nice, is a Dilaudid IV at my house with a nurse that just comes and, like, sets it up. But since they're not gonna do that, because when I am in the hospital for my Crohn's, Narco is the same as Vicodin. Yeah, well, then maybe I don't want it. I mean, I've taken Vicodin before, so it's okay. But yeah, when I'm in the hospital, honestly, Dilaudid is the drug of choice. Like, the first time I had Dilaudid, eggs saw me, and the minute, like, I shouldn't say the minute, the second they pushed it, my eyes just rolled in the back of my head, and it was probably the best feeling I have felt ever, ever, in terms of drugs, in terms of legal drugs, at least. Um, it felt great. So yeah, Dilaudid is good stuff. Now, I've had Dilaudid outside of the hospital, and it wasn't as good for me. So I've decided that that's not something I want. But they're prescribing me like Tylenol 3, ibuprofen 600. Um, let's see what else. Ibuprofen 600, Tylenol 3, hydrocodone 5. Um, if they don't raise it, I'll be fine. I'll get through the pain. It'll be pain and I'll be okay. I've dealt with pain before. I'll deal with it again. This is what I want. So I will put myself through it in whatever way I need to in order to get through it. I feel like okay, on Threads, and I don't use Threads often. I used to quite a bit, but Threads is hyping me up. I've gone kind of viral on Threads, 13,000 over 13,000 view likes and over 40,000 views. Um, I know Tylenol 3 has codeine in it, which is good, but I don't like codeine all that much. I know codeine's the basis and like morphine is the basis for a lot of stuff, a lot of drugs, but I don't like codeine. Thanks, Neuro. Yeah, I do have a strong attitude. Well, I have a calm attitude. I've done a lot of meditating. I've done a lot of thinking. Hey, Brandon, thanks for joining. I've done a lot of thinking about this. I've done a lot of planning. This is not the first time that I've come close to having this surgery. I've come close twice before and it just didn't work out. Um, so this has been about, I don't know, 11 years in the making. Um, I am not going to let anything stop this. I have been, what I did today and what the nurse yesterday couldn't say, but kind of did say, but couldn't say, um, was that I took one and a half of the dose of my blood pressure medication, and I will do that tomorrow. Unfortunately, I can't take it the day of. Hey, Mandy, thanks for joining. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, I can't take it the day of. So, like 2 hours before my or 2 hours before I leave, I can have 8 ounces of water, and that is it, used to take my medicine. I can't drink anything else. Of course, my last meal is going to be before 12 AM. Unfortunately, I can't have salt, so I'm gonna have a steak with other seasonings, maybe some garlic, and I like raw, like regular garlic, because I think garlic powder has some salt in it. Um, onion powder, and I think onion powder has a little bit of salt in it too. But nothing major in terms of salt, just a little bit more seasoning because we gotta have some seasoning. I can't just be eating raw meat or like raw cooked meat, like I shouldn't say raw, but like just cooked meat with no seasoning. Olive oil on the inside and out. Yeah. Yeah, that's a Gilmore Girls reference. If you know if you know me long enough, you'll know I throw a lot of Gilmore Girls references out. I pretty much know the entire show back to front to back. Um, so Egg and I will talk in Gilmore Girls references, and people will just look at us like we're strange. But we chuckle on the inside. We have conversations, deep conversations about the characters and what they're doing. And even though I've seen the show probably 5,000 times now from back to front, um, I still love it. I still cackle. I still laugh whenever like Miss Celine comes in and she says, olive oil inside and out. No, um, what's going to be my first meal after surgery? Well, so my first meal after surgery is going to be kind of crazy. It's probably going to be like a smoothie or something like that. I'm not going to be able to eat anything, but my first meal once I heal and I'm able to chew is going to be steak with salt and seasoning. So I'm gonna go out with steak and come back in with steak. Um, but with that being said, I'm gonna have some potatoes, mashed potatoes before I have that steak. Now, the first full meal, yes, will be steak, mashed potatoes, some green beans, something like that. Um, Maybe about some green beans tonight. I think I can have green beans. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to that first meal. I am not looking forward to the food that I'm going to have before all that. The baby food, the bananas mashed up, the smoothies. I can have ice cream, but I don't think I can have ice cream with like chocolate chips in it because I can't chew those. So it's gonna have to be like I don't know, vanilla ice cream, which is boring to me. I like ice cream sandwiches or chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. I can't have any of that. The ice cream I'm going to have is pretty bland. I love drumsticks. I love the little ice cream sandwiches with chocolate chips on them from Trader Joe's. I love Trader Joe's. I get all our flowers at Trader Joe's and Kroger. Actually, Trader Joe's, I don't know if y'all know Trader Joe's, but it's got great stuff. The cookie ice cream sandwich. Yeah. Yeah, the cookie ice cream sandwiches. Those are delish. But yeah, I have one more of those, so I'll eat that today. And that's gonna be it for dessert unless I can. Yeah, now you want ice cream. I want some drumsticks. I might have to go to the store and get a 4-pack of drumsticks, and just like that'll be it for me for today and tomorrow. Um, I will be happy to. I tried. So what I did, one of the things I did was I bought, that kind of, so the Farm Bill, the hemp, like THCA type of stuff. I bought that seltzer that has like a percentage of THCA in it. And I don't know how that works or maybe it's just Delta 9, or Delta 8, I don't know. Um, because THCA, in order for it to activate in THC, you have to light it or burn it somehow or decarb it. It just has to be burned. And then it turns into THC. So I don't know how the drinks work. Maybe they activate in the gut. I did buy a 6-pack of those to see if they would help me because gummies do not help at all. Like I've tried every single gummy you can think of from every single state you can think of, legal states, illegal states, plugs, friends, anybody, and no gummies work, which sucks. I was hoping the seltzers would work, and those do not work. So I gave them the bestie, and she still hasn't tried them, which kind of pisses me off because I just want to see if they work for her. Um, but I do have, trees ready to go. But I need to get some good stuff from my plug. I've got THCA, and that's okay, but it's not the good stuff. So I just gotta. My plug already knows. My plug is praying for me to get through good surgery. You know, My plug is a great person. They are rooting for me. You know, we have a great we have a friendship in addition to being my plug. So, you know, that's great. um, but yeah, egg is just chilling because, like all of the crazy stuff. I mean, we're doing crazy stuff by like washing and cleaning and all of that. But the crazy stuff is going to start the day the day I'm in the hospital after surgery. Um, that's when Egg is going to start taking pictures. I've got to write. Oh, yes. Thank you. I just thought about that. I have to write down all my passwords for all of my cards and anything that she would need to get into if she needs to pay something, because I don't think my face is going to work anymore on any of my things that I have my face set up to open. I'm going to have to probably reset passwords because honestly, I don't remember the passwords. There's so many things about passwords that people change to use their face to unlock. And uh, the passwords now need to be written down. And the one thing I don't do with a password or with my face is to open my phone. I use a password. And that's specifically because I've heard that cops can, require you to open your phone with your face. I do use a password, and I understand, if I'm correct, that they cannot require you to punch in your passcode to open the phone. Um, that is one thing. I don't know if that's true, but I'm erring on the side of caution. I've got all sorts of things ready. This is my cute little speaker. Egg got it for me. It's a Bluetooth, so I can just sit it on my desk next to where I'll be sleeping and sitting, basically, because who knows if I'll sleep. But yeah, where I'll be sitting and watching TV, if I can see, because I don't know if my eyes are gonna be swollen shut. They'll be swollen quite a bit. My surgeon says they're not going to be swollen shut. I don't know if I believe that, to be completely honest. What I believe is that they will be swollen shut. We will see, because Egg is going to take a picture the minute she sees me. Um, and that's the first picture I want to see. I've already taken my last pictures. I mean, like, I'm on Substack. I may get on TikTok. But in terms of pictures, I've taken the last pictures that I'm going to show the public. Now, I will have Egg take one more or two more pictures of me from a distance, and I'll take a couple selfies, both with my glasses on and without, with my hair up and my hair down. Um, and yeah, so I can have those. I've sent some pictures to my family, so they can have them. And let me just pop off real quick about my family. Love my family, can't get all upset with them, but my parents still have pictures of me from high school on the wall. I have sent them pictures of me now, definite pictures of me now, and they still won't use. I've sent them pictures of me and Egg, and while they have pictures of me and Egg, it's before I transitioned. So, I've sent them pictures after I transitioned, and they, of course, will not use them. Uh, does not mean they don't love me, but it does mean that we had some problems in the past, and that there are still some problems, not major problems, not problems we can't get over. But they keep on saying they're old and it's going to take them time. And I'm just like, well, when you die, that'll be when you may gender me correctly. You know what I'm saying? That'll probably be when you use my name is on your deathbed. But they're getting better. They're trying. They're trying. At first, they weren't trying at all. For many years, they weren't trying at all. As a matter of fact, I talked to my dad yesterday. They are on a cruise. Um, and my dad needed me to do something at his house really quickly. So he sends me an email, and it has my dead name on it. I'm like, "What the fuck?" You know? I have okay. So I changed my name legally in 2019 and legally in 2019, but before that, they knew my name. I had been using this name in a various spellings since 2008, like, so I'll go in well, I don't wanna put my name out there like that just yet. It's easy to find because if you pay $10, you can find everything about anybody. It's just crazy. One day, Egg paid $10 because she was looking for information, about somebody that she knew, and just wanted to find out. She pulled me up, found out my dead name, found out every place I'd lived, found out every job just about that I had had, just it was everything. Like, so we looked up all of our family members and we found out everything about them, found out some things we didn't want to find out. Um, looked up friends, found out about them. And I shouldn't say friends, I should say friend, because in real life we have a bestie and that is it. Um, in real life, we just don't have a lot of friends. I know both of us would like more. Egg is more um, introverted than I am, but we both like to I like to go out, not go out because come on now. I like to go places and have a good time and then come back home to recharge. Like we both need time to recharge because both of us are really sensitive to certain sounds, certain smells, um, certain things. Egg is a little bit more sensitive to me to certain sounds, certain smells. I have a problem with certain tastes and certain textures. I am pretty regimented in what I do in terms of when I get up, how I get up, what I do once I get up, and then how the morning starts. Also, when I go to bed, I do certain routines. Um, so mornings start with me waking up, clothing, then, of course, taking my dog out. And that's usually 5:30, 6:30 in the morning. He needs to go to the bathroom. So, I take him out and then I come in, I take my morning meds, and then I feed him. Then I will turn on TV, either Boy Meets Girl. And let me stop there and say, if y'all haven't seen Boy Meets Girl, it's on Hulu right now. It's a nice little trans movie. But Michelle Henley is in it. And she's a wonderful actress. She did a great job in this movie. It was one of the and is one of the best trans movies I have ever seen. I mean, I just adore this movie. I watch it just about every day. I watched it this morning. I will probably watch it one more time today. Hopefully it'll stay on Hulu for a while so I can watch it throughout my recovery. Um, comfort shows, Gilmore Girls, Boy Meets Girl, um, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, can't forget Buffy. Buffy literally saved my life in the 90s. Back when I thought I was going to die, Buffy saved my life. I watched a lot of Buffy. Unfortunately, unfortunately, Joss Whedon is a piece of shit, but and it's hard to separate the piece of shit Joss Whedon from the actual show. I'm trying to, just like with J.K. Rowling being the biggest piece of shit in the world, and the biggest turf in the world, biggest piece of trash in the world. Um, you know, I've never read Harry Potter, first of all. I read the first book. Um, I am not and, I wasn't that impressed, so I didn't read the rest. Um, but I know it was a phenomenon. I know it's a cultural zeitgeist. I know people love it. I know people still watch it. I know people still buy all that stuff. I don't. I've seen all the Harry Potter movies. I don't watch them at all anymore. You know, problematic. Now, Buffy, on the other hand, I still do watch. And, unfortunately, Joss Whedon writes some of the most beautiful things I have ever heard, some of the most beautiful monologues, dialogues I have ever heard. Conversations, stories, storylines. It blows my mind. The best, there's some of the best li monologues I've heard, in Buffy. One of them is the Passions one. I don't know if you remember the episode Passions, where Jenny Calendar gets killed. Um and Angel is staring outside the window while, excuse me, while Willow and Buffy get the news on the phone. And Angel is talking about passion, and that monologue is beautiful. I love words. I bleed words. I bleed poetry, and that's straight poetry. Like Joss's words are poetry. Now, thankfully, a couple of ladies took over afterwards. Uh, Marnie Noxon. Um, uh, oh, I can't remember her name. The other one she also works on a lot of other shows. She's actually worked on some Gilmore Girls episodes too. She's really good. And I mean, talking in terms of writers. So, Marty Noxon or Marnie. I'm really messing up my names right now, but yeah. So the last few seasons of Buffy, I loved Dawn. Rest in peace, Michelle Trachtenberg. Um, Dawn was a great character. I loved her off the rip. There were a lot of people. And there was a lot of hate for Dawn for a long time until she passed, and then people were like, "Oh, I love Dawn now." I was like, "Bitches, y'all don't love Dawn." Like I loved Dawn in the very beginning. Um, so, yeah, that's my Buffy stuff and my movie stuff. I only watch a few things, as I watch Nimona on Netflix. Nimona. My name is Nimona. Yay. I was hoping it would win an award, but it did not. Um, yeah. Oh, also Bottoms. Now, if y'all haven't seen Bottoms, I suggest you run to Netflix, put in Bottoms and watch it. It is not what you think it's going to be at all. That is it. And that is all I'm going to say about that, except for the fact that you should watch it. Um, there's more people in here than I thought. If I missed somebody, I'm sorry. Yeah. Um, Back to surgery. I'm ready for this. I've been talking to other people, and when I found out that my blood pressure was super high and they told me I may not be able to get surgery because it was so high, on the day of, I was like literally ready to flip tables. And, they could tell, like Egg said, this looked like this thing passed over my face, and like darkness just took over. Um, and I can see that, like my face cannot hide. I can't hide things in my face. I just can't do it. My face will be able to. I'm not a good. I would never be a good poker player because my face just gives everything away. Um, but also I do like that because it allows me to say things that I may not want to say with my mouth, but I can say it with my face, in terms of saying it with my voice, instead of saying it with my voice. Now, with my voice, I can shred you, like I've got daggers in my mouth. Phew. Um, I I consider myself a poet, as William the Bloody says, bloody awful poet, but I'm a poet nonetheless. And so poets will kill you with their words anytime you do something bad to them. And also, if you are loved by them, they will immortalize you, and I will immortalize them. I've immortalized Egg. I don't think she knows, so she probably does know. There have been a lot of poems written about Eggy salad. Um, she's on the couch right now, probably listening to this. So Eggy, fuck you. Sorry. Sorry about that. My potty mouth gets the best of me sometimes. Um, well, I can't see. What are you doing? Flicking me off? Yes, I can. You are an egg salad. Uh, my wife is flicking me off, my partner in crime. No, but she is like me and her understand that the after surgery is going to be rough on both of us. You know, I can be a complete bitch. I complain a lot. I whine a lot, and this is going to be no different. I'm going to be in a lot of pain. She's going to be doing the bulk of the work. Yeah, I think my parents are probably going to help. My sister said something, one of my sisters, um, our bestie is probably going to come over and take some time and help. But that's really it. You know, we went through this with bottom surgery where it was just me and Egg, and she took great care of me. Also with my orchiectomy, she took great care of me. Also with my two small bowel resections, she took great care of me. I took great care of her when she had her gallbladder taken out, So it's a give and take. Always has been, always will be. But the the healing of this is where it's going to test our resolve, like not that I think we'll have a problem. I just think that after I heal, we're going to need a little break from each other, a little breather. Like we're not going to go split ways or anything like that, but we are going to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Breathe. Um, I am like I said, I went kind of viral on Threads. I'm hoping that the face I have now improves because I got a lot of people saying that, my face looks great right now. There's really no reason to improve on it. And, then I had a lot of vile comments like disgusting, really, really disgusting. There are a lot of transphobic people out there in the world, and they hit me up with it. They let me know. They let me know in any uncertain terms, no certain terms, that I was an ugly piece of shit, that trans people are pieces of shit, trans people will always be men, trans women will always be men, non-binary leaning femme will always be men, no matter what, you know. And one person was like, "When are you going to feminize your dick?" So I said, "When I stick it in your mouth, bitch." And I don't think that person liked that. So I blocked him really quickly. Um, just stuff like that. I'm going to try and stop cussing here. Because when the little clips come back, I'm not going to be able to send them to my parents because my parents are like really religious. My dad's a reverend, and he's not going to like my potty mouth. He doesn't like my potty mouth. Before my dad became a reverend, he was actually an OBGYN. He's delivered over what egg 4,000 babies, over 4,000 babies. And delivered me. Did not deliver my sisters. Delivered me illegally. Thank you, Dad. But that was a long time ago. That was in the last century. You know what I'm saying? I still laugh. The 1900s. When I say that to my nephews, they're like, "Oh my God, you lived in the 1900s?" Oh shit. Yeah, but I can't wait to get my hair washed and get this surgery taken care of so I can get my hair done again and put all my lock jewelry back in. Get my septum pierced again, and then I'll be able to start getting my tattoos again. Honestly, I can't wait to get my neck done. I'm getting tattoos on my neck. It's something that I've wanted for about I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years now. Egg wants a collarbone tat, and she can do it because I've seen her get, yeah, no, what's up? I've seen her get her feet tatted and her fingers tatted and her foot. Like, it takes balls to get your feet tatted. Like, one of the worst places to get tatted up. And I saw her sit through it. Hey, yeah, 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 no. Um, I saw her get through her foot tattoo, and, like, it swole up, and, it needed antibiotics, and, it was a problem, but now it looks great, so she's got tattoos on either foot, um and it looks great. She's got tattoos on her hand, on each cuticle, basically, like above each cuticle. She's got dots, and on her thumb, she's got half moons on each hand. She said the thumbs hurt the most. So, I'm getting my hands done too. I've got tattoos. I think I'm going to go to Divine Rights Tattoo in the area, or not Inktober, Incorporated, in Marietta, Georgia as well. Incorporated is a black-owned, black-run tattoo shop, if I'm not mistaken. And basically, I want, I'm not trying to be like all kind of bullshitty, but I want a black tattoo artist who can tattoo black skin. I don't think I've had. Yes, I do. I've had one black tattoo artist, and his name is Craig. What is Craig's last name? Shit. Craig, he was on Ink Masters and all of that. Craig is a badass. Like, but he, like, right when he started out, I got two tattoos from him. So they're not the best. They're really cool. And I can say, yeah, these are from Craig. He was on Ink Mastering. He's amazing now. The work he does now is amazing. He's developed his style and it looks great. He's running his own tattoo shops, and he's doing great for himself, and I do want to get another tattoo from him. So, maybe I'll make a trip, and set that up. Also, Aubrey Claire at Divine Rights and Ari at Divine Rights. I've seen their work, and I like both of them. I've gotten tattoos from Aubrey Claire before. So has Egg. Now, Aubrey Claire and I fell out, and that's too bad. I'm bummed because she does great work. She really does. And seeing her work now, as opposed to when I was working with her, leaps and bounds. She's grown leaps and bounds. I mean, it's beautiful work. So I may have to get another one from her. Hey, Denise, thanks for joining. Um, just talking about pre-surgery stuff and after surgery stuff and what's getting ready to be done. I'm playing with my hair because I always do. I actually love my hair. We cut a lot of it off, and I still have a lot left. I'm letting it grow. I don't see myself cutting it off, like shaving all my hair off anytime soon. Um, I started growing these in what, 2008, I think. Um, and cut off a lot of length. Um, Made it healthier. Oh, give me just a minute. I'm gonna have to talk off.